Angkor Wat, Cambodia's most famous temple, is actually a huge complex. Just when you think you're approaching the main temple, you find out that you're only passing through an elaborate gate on the outer wall. This place is absolutely amazing. As you approach the front gate, that's all you can see. But then it opens up to all of this, the main temple, which is still 400 yards away. Angkor Wat is in fact the world's largest religious monument. That statement alone grabs your attention, but to see it is to believe it.
Angkor Wat,
the greatest religious monument in the world. The magnitude of this place is truly hard to grasp. Angkor Wat tops out at 213 feet, making it as high as Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. And it holds as much stone as the Great Pyramid of Khufu. And how long did all of this take?
well, that's what's so incredible. It only took 32 years to build.
I think if we were to build something like this today, it would take us longer than 30 years.
No question. If you compare that with the buildings in Europe, like cathedrals, some of which are much smaller than this, they took 300-400 years.
So 10 times the length of time it took to build all of this.
Right, and there's a lot more stone here. You know,
Simon tells me that it took 50,000 workers to build this extraordinary temple. It's surrounded by a 4-mile moat and crowned by 5 huge towers. Virtually every surface in this temple is covered with exquisite carvings. Surprisingly, these stories come from a faith that originated in India, far across the sea.
Incredibly sophisticated, this carving. And they're telling stories from Hindu mythology up here.
Simon tells me that these bas-relief carvings go on for more than half a mile. They're the longest continuous sculptures in the world.
Well, this place wasn't so much planned, carved, and assembled the way places are in Europe. This was planned, assembled, and then carved afterwards.
So essentially, we're walking inside of one giant sculpture.
Right, now have a look at this. This will give you an idea of what I'm talking about.
Ah, this is beautiful.
This, for me, is one of the most perfect pieces of carving in the temple.
It's absolutely beautiful. And you can actually see the fine seams where they've assembled it right here.
These are the joints. You see, she's not made of one single block. She's made of 4 different blocks.
How difficult is it to carve multiple blocks stacked on top of each other?
If these were just stacked together with a mortar joint, the way we do in Europe, you wouldn't be able to carve over it, because it would snap. The fact that they've made a perfect razor contact joint means that these 2 blocks act like one single block. And the pressure between these 2 blocks means that you can run your chisel over and you don't snap off the edge.
The Khmer regarded their rulers as gods on earth, and this temple was built to represent the Hindu universe in miniature. Its towers symbolized Mount Meru, the celestial home of the gods, and its huge moat, the vast cosmic oceans.
The exterior walls and columns were most likely white from a coating of lime. But it was the roofing material that dominated the look of the temple. The towers were most likely covered in gold, which deteriorated over the centuries after Angkor Wat was built. Some historians believe that the towers may even have been re-gilded by one or more of the rulers who followed Suryavarman II. It is easy to imagine that the plaster on all of the towers was used as a base layer for the gilding, which made the entire structure extremely ornate and visually striking. This computer image was created based on the opinions and research of scholars. White plastered walls contrast with the golden lintels and towers. On a bright day, the entire temple would have sparkled in the sun. Suryavarman II didn't live to see his fantastic temple completed, but he probably saw it in the later stages of construction. Only fragments of the wood that once covered the interior stone walls still remain. It's believed the wood was highly decorated, inlaid and ornamented with a wide variety of patterns. Gilded doors divided the chambers, and the gallery walls and ceilings would have been lavishly adorned. What did the king feel as he saw this magnificent structure taking shape? It was a palace fit for a god.